What's up, beauties? How y'all doing? In this video, we're gonna get into this concept of, for dating, auction theory, setting yourself up as an item that's being auctioned off and the price is getting bid up, versus what most people do, which doesn't work so well. So welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. I'm out here on the island of Oahu. Just finished a workout, went for a bike ride. Gonna do some online work pretty here soon after the sun rises. But I want to share this concept with you and talk about social circle and meeting people and dating. I know a lot of men, in particular men and women, but this video is for men, the channel's for men. Men are having a hard time dating in 2024 for various reasons. That's obvious. And one of the concepts that can really help you is auction theory. So welcome in, fam. Much love. Trav here. If you don't know me, I'm an adventurer, I'm an entrepreneur, and I live out here on the island of Oahu here in Hawaii. And so Dan Bilzerian explained this really well, and some of y'all may hate Dan Bilzerian. It's funny seeing how people react to him on the internet, but I think there's some really valuable insight from him. And I always try to evaluate people based on their ideas, and this one's really good. And what most men do in dating is they come in and position themselves like a door-to-door salesman. And this is where, if you cold approach, you're doing this. If you ever feel like you're shooting your shot, you're doing this. If you ever are cold DMing, this is sort of what you're doing. And it's, imagine that someone knocks on your door and they're trying to sell you Tupperware or knives or something, or they're a Mormon, they're trying to convert you to their religion, give you a religious pamphlet. It's always like, get away from me. I don't want that right now. You think of everything that's wrong with the product. I don't need it. It's overpriced. What are you doing, right? I'm in the middle of something, right? And that's just how it is when people come to you. And you reverse that when you go up to a woman and, hey baby, how you doing? Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, can I take you on a date sometime? You're the door-to-door salesman, and all your problems are going to be magnified. She's going to be like, what's wrong with you? This is weird. I'm getting the ick. This is creepy. Even if you're handsome, and in another circumstance she might like you, she's going to be like, I'm in the middle of something. I'm doing something. I don't need this. Most of the time, right? It's just not as effective, right? There's a lot of things that are going against you when you're trying to operate this way. And that's what a lot of guys are doing. But if you can flip it and you imagine you go to an auction and something comes up that you want, like a piece of art or something that's hard to put a price on, and you raise your hand and everybody else starts to raise their hand, what happens, FOMO comes in. You want the thing more than anything. And any kind of mistakes or problems that happen, or any kinds of mistake or problems with the thing that you want, the product, disappear, right? So when you chase, your mistakes magnify. When you approach, or when you attract, your mistakes, or say this again. When you chase, the problems with you magnify. When you attract, whatever problems you have disappear. So in social circle, setting up an auction is a scenario where there's publicly women are competing for you, or publicly women are liking you, right? An auction is public. It's not the same, create the same level of FOMO if you go on, well, I mean, even on eBay, when you see other people are bidding, right, it helps. But it helps more if it's more public. So what is public? It could be on Instagram, it could be your post, it could be who's responding to your post, it could be your story, but it's also your social life. Nothing beats having a real life social circle. And there's different ways to create this. It can be going to group hobbies, things like dance or climbing, gym, or the work is always really valuable. People want to say never shit where you eat and never date at work because she can just ruin you, but man, most affairs happen at work. A lot of people still meet at work, and one of the reasons why it's valuable is because it's more public and it's set up for an auction where if you do nothing and the women like you and other women see that you're liked and they chat about you, this creates the auction effect where whatever's wrong with you, the problems with you, in their eyes disappear, and now they just want and they chase. So part of the problem when you're the door-to-door salesman is, one, you get rejected and you feel bad, and two, now she tells her friends, yo, this guy approached me and I rejected him, and now they're all gonna want to reject you too, right? There was just a girl who was trying with me and I might have given her a chance, except my friend rejected her, or like a guy I know rejected her. And in my opinion, the guy I know isn't as attractive as me or have as much going on. So I'm just like, if that hadn't happened, maybe I would have said yes. But it's the same thing where it's like, if she rejects you, her friends are probably going to reject you too now. So it's just psychological. So people say, what's the worst that can happen? She can just say no. What the worst can happen is she can tell all her friends. And then you're surrounded by her friends and they all are like, ick, get away from me, right? You want them talking about you in a positive way. Check it out. Here comes, this isn't my boat, this is the Aaliyah. Although, Iruka is probably going to come out here soon. Another thing, a little anecdote outside of dating. When I needed a longboard, a new longboard for surfing, and as the season, I spent like $700 to buy one. And then later, outside of the season, my board repair guy texts me and says, yo, I got a perfect longboard, $300. And just because he's selling it to me, I'm like, don't want, don't need, no thanks. And I just paid $700 for the same thing. He dropped the price to $200 and I'm like, okay, I guess so, I'll take it. It's outside of the season, wasn't asking for it, right? You just want to be there when they want the thing as well. But I did have the thought, he played it up to me. He's like, yo, someone else gonna grab it if you don't. And I'm like, all right, I'll come grab it. So, yeah, positioning yourself as the prize, right? And what helps with doing that, so there's two elements. The first one, again, is proximity. You need to be in social circles with people. You have to be around people. You cannot just do this online. It cannot just be Instagram. It cannot just be Tinder. Tinder doesn't work very well for this at all. So it's an idea of you don't need dating apps. But for Instagram, what works best is sharing things that you're doing in real life. So people want to join in real life, right? So it's useful, but it's an enhancement on real life. It's not a replacement for it. So proximity through your hobbies and your work. And also, being handsome and beautiful is really valuable. It really helps. And you can do it too. You work out, you take care of yourself, you're disciplined. There's other habits or other character traits that work, but being fit displays all of them because it shows that you're disciplined, you can say no, it shows that you're a hard worker. You think that it's just shallow, but your body shows off so many character traits about you. And yeah, you can change your face. And I'm not talking about grooming. Obviously, I'm super ungroomed, but you lower your body fat, your jaw pops out. Especially, you have better oral posture with mewing, or orthotropics, I like to call it. And your jaw gets broader and extends further. Your voice drops, you get more air. So that always helps too. Be handsome and yeah, don't chase. And I always think the approach is, just be super patient with girls. And once you get a scenario where they're chasing, also you get to think, what's wrong with this girl? Well, this girl's not really fit enough. Well, this girl's fit enough, but she's kind of negative. This girl's fit enough and she has a good personality, but she's not the right age. This girl's fit enough, she got the right personality, and she's the right age, but she doesn't live here, right? And being picky, and I mean, at some point you can say yes, or you can say yes in certain ways, like we can have a romantic friendship or whatever it is, but it just, dating is a lot easier and more enjoyable. And I think one of the mindsets that help with this is just no rush. You go in the manosphere, which I do, and you look at YouTube, And you hear all these horror stories about marriage where the marriage turns sour and the woman takes everything and the man loses his house and he's homeless and she takes the kids. Or that doesn't happen, but the man's on eggshells because he's like, damn, if she ever decides to do that, she could, and I would never get married again. So the idea of there is just giving you a lot more patience as well, where you don't need this. Get a dog, get a good friend group, friends, guy friends, get busy, and let them build an auction around you. So hope you find that helpful and useful. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.